Hey everyone, it's Gamer Chat. I'm Tim,
I'm Josh.
I'm Jade.
and today we're going to be talking about over or underlooked zombie shooters that don't get as much attention because they don't bring in that giant amount of hype, but that these games are still probably some of the best.
I don't think we should
Jade,
just talk about those. I think we should talk about all of them in general.
I literally just said go to Jade. What the fuck? Is your name Jade, Josh? Are you
Yes.
Jade now?
Yes, it is.
uh, I'm not too sure exactly where to start. Do we start? Should we start possibly with the first ever most classical zombie map that was ever introduced in the Call of Duty Black Ops series?
If you say Kino or Tone, I swear to God, I'm going to punch you.
What?
If you say Kino, I'm going to punch you. That's all you fucking talk about.
Because it was one of the most classical. It was the thing that introduced zombies to the Call of Duty Black Ops.
Yeah, but it's not the first zombies map.
Yeah. I would say we can talk about it because it probably brought um zombies, like Call of Duty Zombies, more. That map definitely showed that zombies was definitely a huge part of Call of Duty, and it's been a huge part of it since that map. It made it more. It made it more hype. Like it brought out more. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but with Kino de Toten, definitely it definitely marked like, oh hey, guess what? We're gonna start introducing zombies to almost all of our Call of Duty games. So I do say we should talk about that one because it definitely marked the start of Call of Duty Zombies.
No, it didn't. World at War started zombies.
Yeah, but there weren't any other zombies after World at War. Call of Duty that map kind of brought it back because with World at
Yeah,
War the
no,
zombies
the
it wasn't the best, and it was like okay, we're not going to do zombies for all. Then they
Okay,
brought it
I'm gonna
back
school you
with
fools because I was a zombie fanatic for Call of Duty. I followed the storyline all the way up until up until Black Ops 3. So
a
World at
Praise to
War,
Josh episode.
World at War, an Activision game made by Treyarch, was the first zombies game. Had the first zombies game mode after you beat the campaign. The first two maps really were useless. They didn't have any storyline to them. It's when Shinonuma was a thing that the storyline started. That's when you met Dempsey, Richtofen, Takio, and Nikolai. And then that's where their story started. And then every Treyarch game, okay, follow me?
Yep.
Not every Call of Duty
Yep.
or every few. It's every Treyarch game had a zombies mode. So Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and Ghosts all had a zombies type mode. Just the Black Ops series was the most popular because it followed the storyline of those main four characters.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah, very much so.
Good for you. Good for you. All right,
Okay,
we're gonna
well
move on.
we're gonna talk about the most recent update that came with the Zombies series within all the games. I'm not too sure if many people. I do know this game has been around since 2017. Uh, that was the last update that it has ever seen after 2017, and it kind of died off. I recently noticed that more top YouTube gamers are starting to play this game due to the fact that the developers introduced a new 2020 update since it hadn't got one since 2017. And I myself have the game. I enjoy it a lot. It's a very good game and it's kind of mixture between Minecraft and zombies, but it's not like pixelated and squared. It's more realistic, but it also keeps you on your edge because not only you have all these different types of mutated zombies, you also have to travel to survive, and on top of that, the wildlife can kill you. And this game is called 7 Days to Die. So that game's a very popular one. It was very popular when it first came out, and then, like I said, it died, and then it died down. Not many people knew about it until, like I said, the developers came out. It said for the first time since 2017 they had created a new update for the game.
Right.
And what was that update? You know?
The update was that they brought in more designed pixels into the game, like more steady animations. They also brought in different world maps, meaning that they also brought in different world maps, meaning like they added more landscape to the game. Because in the game, the original one before the update, you could travel throughout the game, and in different parts you would enter in different parts and different environments within the game. Like you would enter a place that looked like it had been nuked and you need a special suit to go into the nuke zone, or a land that looked like it had been set ablaze on fire, everything was burned. And then there was like a forest section, all greenery, and then you had cities. I do know they recently introduced deserts, more mountains and deserts into the game, more landscapes.
Is there
And
anything special
also,
about those, or is it just
I'm not too sure it's special, but I do know they'd introduced more special zombies and more special zombie mutated animals, like I forgot the name of the birds, the vultures. So there's zombie vultures that can kill you, like in the middle of the day, nighttime, doesn't matter. So you gotta watch out for those. In the original update, all you had to really worry about zombie-wise was dogs, like zombie dogs. Um, I don't think there were zombie bears, but I think in the last update they did add more zombie bears and more zombie animals, just to kind of keep you on your feet, to let you know that, like, hey, we get it. You're so used to this, but we need to keep you, you know,
Dude, if I
on
saw a
edge.
zombie bear, I'd probably shit myself.
you saw a
The
regular bear,
bears?
you probably shit yourself.
If I saw a regular bear, I'd play dead.
I'm
If I saw
gonna
a
be.
zombie bear, I'm shitting myself and dipping. I don't give a shit.
So I'm gonna be honest. The entire game itself before the update, because I haven't played the update, I've just seen popular YouTubers such as Markiplier and all of them play it.
Markiplier.
That's why I said Markiplier.
That's
I can't pronounce. Okay, I'm sorry to the viewers, but I am getting over a cold. No, it's not corona. I'm just a little. I have nasal problems because of the weather changing.
Corona time.
I cannot pronounce words correctly, so get off my dick, Tim. Anyways.
sorry. But wait,
So-
real quick. I just had a Corona and it was really good. I just want to say that.
You had a
You
virus?
fucking.
Oh my god, you know what? Jade, continue.
Okay. So the game itself, the zombies, I'm gonna be completely honest to the developers. The game itself, the zombies didn't scare me. What scared me the most was the bears, because with zombies, they were slow. They kind of like did a little pixelated wobble towards you. You could outrun them. Unlike when you're traveling through the woods and you're trying to get to another part of the environments or a different part of the landscapes, or just to get wood in general to build your fortress and everything and get supplies and resources, you wouldn't be able to tell if there was a bear, because what the developers did, now this was sneaky on their part, they designed these big boulders in the middle of the forest section that looked exactly like bears before you approached them, so it kept people scared. So you wouldn't really know what was a bear until you actually came close to it and you heard its growl. The problem is bears run a lot quicker and they do a lot more damage than any mutated zombie does. So out of the entire game, I was always on edge whenever I went to go get resources in the woods, because I would see a rock and it was perfectly shaped like how a bear was. And there has been a few times when I was playing the game where I would roll up to something and I'd be like, hey, is that a bear? And then I'm like, no, it's not. And I would doubt myself. And I would be like constantly talking to myself. And as soon as I roll up to it, I realize it's a bear. And I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go. And I would have to like bolt the other direction. But usually it would kill me by then. Because like I said, these things are fast. But the developers purposely did that so it keeps you on your toes.
That's actually pretty cool.
So yes, the bears and the wildlife are a lot more scarier than the zombies themselves.
I've always wanted to point out, I don't know if we've talked about this earlier, Josh, or not, but I always find it strange that like in zombie games or whatever, when there's running zombies, yeah, people, it's scarier. It's scary. But when the zombies are like slow walking, I don't know why. I get more scared when I'm facing slow walking zombies than I'm with the running zombies.
Why are you more scared with slow walking zombies?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
You're like that. You're like every single white girl in a horror movie. She trips over nothing and she just sits there as the killer's approaching her. She's
No,
like,
I would
no,
do that.
don't kill me, no. She's on like plenty enough time to stand up and run, but she doesn't want to.
See, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just saying, like,
I'm definitely going
just-
that far.
I can understand being scared of fast zombies because there's a tense pressure on you.
Yeah,
to
you
kill them
gotta
before
go,
they
you gotta
get
run.
But with walking zombies, you can just kick their legs out from under them and be fine. Like, you know.
I think it's because every time you see walking zombies, they're always in a horde. Whereas with running zombies, it's like one or two. They're not in a horde, but with walking zombies, they're like it's a massive horde, and I think that's what terrifies me more.
Someone has not played
Because
Days
if it
Gone,
was actually no, I haven't played Days Gone. Been wanting
where literally all the zombies are sprinting at you in hordes. Which, by the way, the game flopped miserably.
Why did it flop? I never even really got to play that game.
So
and then
with
it just
Days
disappeared off
Gone, So with Days Gone, the biggest flop for it is mostly because they promised how it would be open world exploratory survival. Whereas in reality, from what I've heard, this is not. Don't take my word for this. Just from what I'm hearing, because I've never played the game. It was more you could just kind of buy resources more, and the survival aspect wasn't. It wasn't that. It wasn't much more survival as if there was really no survival aspect. Am I right on that, Josh? Did you play the game?
I don't have a PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's PlayStation.
Yeah. So no, I did not. But I worked at GameStop when it got released, and it was not.
You worked at GameStop, Lucky?
No.
Why?
No. No.
I have
I'm not
so
gonna
many
get into
friends.
I'm not gonna get into it right
I
now.
have so many friends who've worked at GameStop, and I always say, and I always tell them what Jay just said, like, "Oh, you're so lucky." They always look me in the face. Some
No,
with like,
they are
as if
like,
as if they've had PTSD of like.
okay,
the worst
Tim. Okay,
life.
me
They
and you.
look at
me
me
and you.
and
We
they just
worked in
say-
a movie theater together, correct?
I like how you interrupt my story, but yeah.
No. I'm giving you an example as to why we do this. When,
I know.
when one of your friends came up to you and was like, "Man, you're so lucky you get free movies," you're like,
Oh hell no! I was like,
"Yeah, no."
no.
I may get
But,
free
like,
movies, but that doesn't help the fact that I hate my job. You know, like.
I feel like
it's
working
still a
at
job.
GameStop was worse. It was worse than working at the movie
Oh,
theater.
I would have much rather worked at the movie theater than GameStop. Like I got
Why
paid about
did-
the same.
Why
Is
did
it-
you guys hate it so much?
It was garbage.
Our bosses
One boss in particular.
fucking hated that guy.
Fucking gnome.
Whoa.
He looks like a gnome, okay? Tim, back me up on this. He looks like a gnome.
He did. He did. Dude, there's so many times I just wanted to go up to him and say, how's it going, shorty?
I did. He was shorter than me.
You did?
I did. I
You
got in
did?
trouble. I got in trouble.
Did you get? I'm surprised you didn't get fired.
Nah, he wasn't the GM. That was still Jay at the time, and Jay liked me, so I was cool. So I was like, all right, bet.
Damn.
I was on like my fourth strike by that point, so
Dude, I was like one strike away from getting fired, yet they would not fire me. They always like, next time, Tim, just better pay attention next time, we don't like, they'd always give me a lecture, but they would never fire me. And I was on like my 9th strike, and it's like 10 strikes and you're gone or whatever, I forget.
they like always one up the strikes so they wouldn't get rid of you.
No, they'd leave me on my 9th strike, and there's like, you're getting close, Tim. You're getting real close to that final strike. It's like, I literally cussed someone out, and you're not gonna fire me. Okay, I see how. Okay, but you won't promote me either. I see where the love is.
Yeah, movie theaters made you into a zombie. Anyway, back to the topic of zombies.
Right. Let's see. Another
Um,
one. Another, I believe.
One game
That
that I
have-
wanna.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay. Jade,
What?
you were talking first. Go ahead.
Another one that I know that got a lot of attention was that had a lot of series to it was the Dead Rising games.
Dead Rising,
4 games, I
definitely
think.
love though.
I think I had 4 games.
Yeah.
Oh no,
believe it
they
had-
also, no, because there was also I don't know if it's PS exclusive, but they had one where it replaces Chuck Green with what's the guy from the first the photographer?
I have no idea. I never played a
I'm
Dead Rising
literally
game.
playing. I'm literally playing him right now. Wait. Hold on. It's on the tip of my tongue. Frank West.
Yeah, so
Frank West.
it's called Frank's Big Break. It basically replaces Frank as a protagonist of Dead Rising 3, whereas Chuck Green is like he's a psycho. He's like, his daughter's dead, and you fight him as a boss, but the game Frank is a protagonist of that game. So it's called Frank's Big Break, and
Oh, my phone's still on.
So it's basically- so I think there's 5 games because I think that's a PS exclusive. I'm not entirely sure, but it's actually pretty fun. It has more comedy than horror, really.
I mean, let's be honest. That game is all comedy. There's not a lot of horror involved with it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I
True.
mean, you go into shops, grab
like,
Lego
yeah,
heads.
it's a zombie
and-
game, but like, there's not a lot of horror behind it. It's because
Right.
like you can dress up in like really weird, like funky clothes and shit, and you can wear like Daisy Dukes and like a crop top and shit, and you're like a burly
yeah,
man.
Like
Yeah.
honestly, I chose like the girliest clothes I could find to kill zombies and fight the bosses with.
Yeah, so like it's not. That's more of a comic relief kind of game for the zombie series. I don't. Is there any other games that are like really like comically inclined like Dead Rising is?
Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead's not really that comical. That's more.
See,
I
okay,
mean,
I would
they created
say-
they created a version in Left 4 Dead 2 where you could play as the zombies to kill your friends.
That's just a multiplayer. That's not really a comic thing. Like the game took itself seriously. Dead Rising did not take
There
itself
were a
seriously.
lot of jokes about one of the zombies, the super zombies in Left 4 Dead 2, the Charger.
Well, yeah. There's.
Oh yeah.
That's fan made jokes. I'm talking about the game itself. Like the developers taking the game seriously.
No,
there's no other game. I don't think.
I want to say that since we're talking about Left 4 Dead 2, Left 4 Dead, I want to say Left 4 Dead 1 was a huge success, whereas Left 4 Dead 2, in my opinion, it wasn't that big. It was still a fun game to play and it's still an amazing zombie shooter. But the reason for me why I feel like it wasn't as successful as the original was mostly because the horror element kind of was. I didn't feel like it was that scary anymore because it was mostly in broad daylight, whereas and most of the locations were just giant open cities or whatever. Whereas with Left 4 Dead 2, it was deep like in underground, the hospital, these scary ass places like the cornfield in like the middle of the night or like in the where basically there was
Oh,
no sunlight.
they introduced non-sunlight versions, and also they introduced
Yeah,
the
there was
cornfields and all
nighttime.
that.
There was. Oh, okay. Well, the cornfield, the whatevers. Those were remakes of the original game. They just released them as DLC for the second game.
I mean, at least they were there.
I mean, yeah, but that was all from the first game. But I see where Tim's coming from, like how Left 4 Dead 1
Who else was bummed that it was Bill who died?
I don't care.
Well, don't. Tim, spoilers.
What?
Maybe someone hasn't played the game yet.
Someone hasn't
Maybe
played
we're
Left 4
just
Dead?
now introducing.
Really? No one's played Left 4
Are you
Dead.
serious?
Haven't played Left 4 Dead.
I haven't yet seen me. I haven't heard a lot of people playing 7 Days to Die either.
Well, that's also because the game's not made by a AAA developer. Like, Valve made Left 4 Dead. Valve's a AAA developer. They made Steam. So they have their own platform to release their games on. Whereas, I think... Who made 7 Days? That's the problem. I can't even tell who made 7 Days. Off the top of my head.
I can go. I'm upstairs right now. I can look at the disc and see who made it.
Yeah, so see who made it. Yeah, Left 4 Dead was a much bigger series than. I mean, they're obviously like
They
never gonna
kept
make a third game.
they keep promising a third game, but
No, they're not.
it's
They're
just
not gonna
that
make a third game.
no they
Uh,
no
They
that's all it
are.
is. They keep promising a
Telltale.
third game, but
Telltale made it.
Telltale,
Really?
yeah.
Were they the developers or were they publishers?
They're the Telltale.
Was it Telltale Publishing or was it Telltale Games?
So it's made by Telltale Publishing, Iron Galaxy, and Fun Pimps.
That's why Telltale published it. That's why.
I was about to say because like Telltale games are they have well whatever, but
Oh, that brings up a good point. Walking Dead, that the comic series, the one where you follow Lee, that was really
Oh
good.
yeah.
I love that. I
that was a
absolutely
good
loved.
one. Loved
I
it.
loved both of the. I loved all of the Left 4 Dead, not Left 4 Dead. Fuck me, Walking Dead. Those were
No,
all
since
really good.
we're talking about Walking Dead, should we talk about Walking Dead Overkill? Their game that they released.
Ugh. I mean, yeah, it was not good. Mainly because
I know we're talking about, and I know we're
uh,
talking about like zombie games that are overlooked, but they're really good. But like that one was just not good.
no, it wasn't good. Also because they didn't have the rights to Walking Dead. They didn't have the rights to it at all.
Right. Oh yeah. So it was kind
So-
of a copyright.
It was. Overkill got hit with a bunch of copyright claims. Kind of, it's what happened with Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, they got copyright claimed into the ground, and they couldn't make the game any better before it got shut down. So
Damn.
it kind of sucks, but honestly,
It
they kind of
always
deserved
sucks.
it if they don't get the rights. That's on them. And I mean, Overkill has made previous amazing games like Payday. They made Payday, and those two games, Payday the Heist and Payday 2, went fucking off. And then they made The Walking Dead, which flopped miserably because they decided not to get the rights.
Right.
I
Well,
mean,
Friday the 13th was pretty held its own pretty well.
It's
didn't.
still
It didn't.
well no, it's
It
no, it's
got
still doing pretty
Dead by Daylight
the game.
overtook it.
No, actually Friday
Dude,
13th
okay.
is still pretty popular.
It's
Dead by
not.
Daylight's pretty
Mm,
popular though.
It's not more popular than Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight took that scene by storm. The moment that Friday the 13th couldn't put out a new update, Dead by Daylight cranked out updates. They fucking just reeled them out.
And they're
Because they
still
knew-
cranking them out.
Yeah, they knew that Friday the 13th.
I mean, I'm not going to debate that. I'm still saying that there's still a huge player base for Friday the
Nah, not anymore. There's no way. We're probably looking at maybe a couple thousand people playing. We're not talking. Whereas like Dead by Daylight probably has a couple million. It's literally like America compared to like the Dominican Republic in terms of population. It's just not comparable. You know.
True. Yeah, no, that's
So-
true for sure.
Yeah.
Another popular, I think another few populars that have made comebacks. World War Z and
World War Z was,
What was it?
fun.
World War Z was scary. Okay, the fact
Wasn't
that
scary.
the zombies can basically build a human ladder to reach you on high ground makes it so unpredictable of what's truly safe.
That's
Just,
true. That
See, okay, that's where you're
love that-
wrong.
I love that
I
they
assume
brought that-
nothing's safe. That's all you got to do. Just assume nothing's safe. Assume you're always in danger. That's what I do.
I mean, I think that's like the basic rule for any zombie apocalypse that there is no such thing as safety. Safety is a myth.
That's what they're
I
trying
think
to
that's like-
give you the illusion of. They're trying to be like, hey, there's no such thing as a safe room. Because like even in like I think Left 4 Dead, after a certain point, like if you kept the game going for however long, there'd like be like a zombie horde pile up in front of the safe room door.
Yeah, but they can never break.
They can never break through because that's how the game was programmed. But it, like, you didn't feel safe with all those zombies out there. You're like, okay.
Oh hell yeah! Like
So
yeah, no that always scared me. Like I was about to. Well, also no, like online, I was kind of a troll. Sometimes I'd like.
you're not talking.
Yeah, you cut out.
then like everyone just like dies.
What? Oh,
Uh,
what did you just say?
We got about 1/10 of that story.
Yeah.
what happened?
You cut out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Oh,
Get better
well, I
than
don't
that,
feel like
scrub.
retelling the story again. I don't feel like retelling the story. Let's.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
All right. Moving on. How about we all go through really quick and give our top 5 zombie games of all
oh
time.
boy.
And
Wait,
you cannot repeat Call of Duty. Call of Duty is one zombie game.
Wait,
Okay,
so I can't say a specific map
No,
of Call
no.
of Duty?
Call of Duty is Call of
Ah!
Duty
Okay, so I can say Call of Duty as one.
as one. Yes. As
Okay,
one-
that's all that matters.
That includes
Okay,
World at War, Black Ops, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3. That all of them are Call of Duty. Okay.
And 4. And 2 and 1.
4 doesn't count. 4 was garbage. All right.
It still counts.
Jesus.
It's garbage.
You're garbage.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway.
Shots are being fired left and right. Oh, wait. Okay. No. My only question is: were we each supposed to come with a list?
No, I just decided that now.
Yeah, no, we were just listing them off. Okay, whatever. I'll go first. Call of Duty, the Black Ops series, specifically Kino
no.
der Toten.
Shut up. Call of Duty.
especially Kino der Toten.
Kino is not even a good map. It's not
Ah,
even a good
shut
map.
the fuck up.
It's not even a good
Whoa.
map.
Whoa, whoa.
Not that
You
good of
better
a
get your
map.
facts
Like
straight
how this
before
is
you start
supposed to be a-
talking.
It's not that good of a map.
It is
It's
great. It is a very
so
classical, well-known favorite map. Shut the
It's
fuck up.
well known. Does not. Hitler was well known, but he was not very great.
No. We're done with that.
Okay.
We're not going back to that. We're not going back to that topic.
Hey,
I
it
swear
fits.
to God,
These are
I will
Nazi
hunt both
zombies.
you down.
These are Nazi zombies. It fits.
I will hunt you down.
All right. Call of Duty is your number 1. Number 2, go ahead.
7 Days to Die. I should have.
Fuck is that?
Do you have no other games you play that are zombies?
No, no, I do. I just gotta look at my list.
I don't,
My
I
game.
don't even need that.
Okay,
I can
7 Days. Okay, 7 Days to Die, Dead Rising, Dead Island, and Left 4 Dead.
Dead Island? Above
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead? What is wrong
Yeah.
with you?
Wow, you see, this is exactly why I can't list off my list near this motherfucker. Exact reason right here.
That's a dumb
I like
list.
how this is supposed to be our personal opinion, and Josh.
Right.
No, opinions are
And
wrong,
immediately
Tim.
Lord
it's
of all
Josh's
time.
opinion.
Yeah,
Opinions are
Immediately
wrong.
it's Josh's opinion. I didn't. Oh, okay. What's your top 5 then?
What's
Let's hear
my
it.
top 5?
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead, number 1, for sure. Is such a classic. Call of Duty. Then I would say... I like the Walking Dead series by Telltale.
Okay, that's pretty good.
7 Days is up there. That's a really good game. And then
Okay.
I would probably go...
You're gonna put The Walking Dead above 7 Days?
1,000%, yes.
I know where you stand in life.
Yeah, above you, clearly. Oh my
Below
God.
me,
Wow.
clearly.
I'm sorry, my IQ is too high for yours. I cannot understand dumb.
The IQ of stupidity that raises every day he speaks.
Oh my God, this is getting so heated. And this is supposed to be our personal opinions.
He started it with adding
no
his
such thing
opinions
as
just like how he
opinions.
does it every day in his life. That's why he doesn't get anything.
I get a lot of stuff. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God.
My last one would then be Dead Island because I don't like the what is it Riptide? I hate that one. That one's dumb. I like the first one. That's really good.
Okay, everybody likes the first one.
But yeah, like the new ones are garbage.
That's why I put Dead Island above Left 4 Dead.
No, it still doesn't go above. Left 4 Dead's number 1 on my list, so obviously nothing goes above it.
Yeah, let's just replay the same 5 goddamn maps in a row and then not ever see an update or a new game.
you don't need one if it's good.
It kind of gets predictable.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just.
Okay,
Go ahead,
your
Tim.
list.
I kind of don't want to now.
I will shut up. I swear.
I'll shut up.
I don't believe you. I don't believe either of you. But okay.
Wait, does Resident
Okay.
Evil
So
count?
first,
What?
Does Resident Evil count?
Yeah, it's a zombie game.
Okay.
You want to change
Okay.
the list?
no.
No, it's
Number
probably gonna be on Tim's.
I know it's gonna be in terms.
Obviously. Number 1 is Resident Evil.
I
Damn it,
respect
Jade.
Okay.
Spoiling my list. Number 2, Killing Floor.
Ooh, I forgot about Killing Floor. That's good.
I love it mostly because the zombies themselves aren't. It's not even like just zombies. It's also like mutated monsters, like experimental mutated creatures, and special monsters that can like just warp near you and fuck you up. Like I like that you're constantly having to look constantly around you because it's first-person view. And you're constantly.
I'm gonna amend my list. Killing Floor is above Dead Island. Well, I completely forgot about Killing Floor.
And then okay, so that was 2. So
Yeah, it's
number
40
3.
bucks.
What? What the fuck is happening?
Just Jade has $40. So congrats.
I don't know anymore.
I'm not spending 40 bucks on a fucking game.
Oh, what game is $40?
The Killing Floor.
1 or 2.
2.
2 is pretty worth
Pretty
it.
good. I would say it's worth it.
But then again, it's up to you. 2 is more worth it because it introduces a lot more monsters and has a lot more maps. And I feel like 2 is pretty worth it, but again, it's up to you. So I had Resident Evil, Killing Floor. Like actually, yeah, just the whole Killing Floor series because 1 and 2 were really amazing. I'm
both of them are
going
good.
to. I mean, 1 has that more horror vibe to it, whereas 2 is just pure survival shoot.
Yeah.
But so 3, I'm gonna put Zombie. It was that huge survival.
Oh yeah, the one that came out like right after the Wii U came out.
Yeah, that game was extremely terrifying, especially with the permadeath. Or if your character died, you started off. I liked it because if you died, if you had a lot of good stuff on you, like a lot of good, and you died, you could choose to either fight, your zombified first character or whatever,
Oh my god, what
to
is
get
wrong
all your
with
stuff
me?
back, or
Completely forgot about like one of my favorite games because I haven't played it in forever. State of Decay.
State of Decay was okay.
Okay, yeah. I have that one.
All right, continue.
That
Continue
game
with
was okay.
Shut up, Tim.
That was
Don't tell me
pretty
to shut up.
hostile.
Continue.
Just saying, State of Decay was just okay in my opinion.
Shh. Just continue.
I will continue. Jade.
They do it.
Anyway, I'm continuing right now. You can hear me continue. Anyway, said Resident Evil, Killing Floor, Zombie. Number 4, probably gonna have to give it to. I'm gonna give it to Zombie Army because that game was actually pretty. Just a giant zombie shooter to me, and I loved it. And then yeah, I think number 5 is Left 4 Dead.
Kind of surprised it was that low
Okay.
on your list.
I mean, it was made by Valve. What do you expect?
A lot of games made by Valve are great.
Are
They have not been updated
Josh,
for modern
are they-
times.
are they though?
Yeah. Have you not played Half-Life?
Yeah, I have. It was okay.
Oh boy. We're breaking him.
Just okay?
Give in
It
to
was
the rage.
fucking revolutionary. I'm not mad.
It's official, we've
broken
I'm
him.
shocked. I'm so shocked. give such a revolutionary game a meh. Wow.
This is
Damn.
what I live for. This is
know
what
where
I
you
live for. So do I, bitch. Been in your room. Been on your bed.
What? Oh. Okay.
I heard it when it came out. Do I regret it? No. Do I feel like some people? I don't regret a lot. But anyway, no, I'm just fucking with you. I loved Half-Life. I loved Half-Life. That was an amazing game.
Oh, I'm about to say, homie, we're about to not
no,
have a podcast anymore. Fuck.
Oh wow, Jesus.
Because Half-Life is like one of the most revolutionary games of its time. Easily.
That's true. But yeah, so that's basically my list, and I respect your guys' list. I think everyone is entitled to have their own opinions when it comes to zombie games, because zombie game, when everyone thinks of zombie games, they all think the same thing, just run around, survive, kill the zombies. But in reality, zombie games are extremely different and unique in their own way. Whereas with Left 4 Dead, it's basically just one game, like just shoot the zombies, survive. Resident Evil, it has a lot more story and mystery behind it with survival, because you have extremely limited resources, limited save slots, and I'm talking about the original ones. I'm not talking about the new ones. And then with Killing Floor was basically a game that just kept you on your toes. And then with 7 Days to Die, I don't know if we talked about that one. 7 Days to Die was basically you built your home, your survival. You built that, and depending on how strong it was, but with each zombie game, it's entirely different in its own way, and I love that fact. I love that every zombie game, and not just a rehashed idea, something new added to it. I love that almost every zombie game is brand new.
You make the argument that a lot of zombie games are
Is
similar, though.
Black Ops a cross-platform game?
No.
Never mind.
Why?
Jade,
I
Jade.
asked what? What?
do you still want to talk about Black Ops Zombies, Kinder to Toten?
No, I'm not talking about it. My friend, I asked a few people online on my Facebook if anyone has Call of Duty Black Ops 1 because I want to play with them. And my friend said PS3, and I said no, Xbox One, and I think it's a cross-platform. I just found out it's not, so I deleted my comment.
No, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Wish it was a
platform
cross.
back in 2010, we would have a lot less problems now.
That's true.
That
true.
is true.
Yep.
Maybe
Sony
maybe the PS and maybe Sony and Microsoft could have gone along better. There wouldn't be so many wars.
But okay, I'm
Uh,
just gonna say this right now.
console war.
Anyone who actually believes there's a console war going on is dumb.
There's a lot of comics about the great console wars, and I find it funny. I mean, I read them.
I
they're
think
pretty
it's
cool,
funny. Like the idea of it is funny, but there's no actual war going on. If you're like a real, actual person who plays game, you're like, all right, cool. You respect other people's platforms.
but yeah.
So,
Oh, you play on this game console. Ugh.
but console wars is for another episode. We are not going to
Okay.
talk about that right now.
That we'll do that. Yeah,
We'll
we
do that
each
another
represent
time.
our own system.
Yep.
Oh, that should be an interesting episode.
And we will
I
talk
can already
about
tell.
potentially, in our opinions. Obviously, we have our own opinions already. By having our own separate consoles, which one is the best and why?
Oh my god, I can already tell. We're about to. That's gonna be like.
Xbox.
No, we will have a nice, calm debate.
It's not gonna end in calmness. You go.
It
You're
will be
no.
as if we are in the Supreme Court. Okay.
There's no calmness in the Supreme Court either. Anyways,
Yeah, there is. There's 9 people who have to listen to
Friendships
shit.
are gonna be. Friendships will be tested in that episode.
yeah.
Bonds will be broken.
Mine is already tested right now.
Oh, fuck off.
Coming from a true PC player.
Okay. So, is there anything else
At
you
least
wanted
my
to add before
controller
we wrap
doesn't
this?
die.
Oh, fuck you.
At least over time, my pieces of my controller doesn't pop out. You WASD.
If your
Ooh.
keyboard is popping out after use, you are doing something wrong because you pushed
Yeah,
down
like slamming it on
key.
the table.
No, you don't do that.
Mm.
I've known people who've thrown controllers across the room. I have not known anyone who's
I've
broken
known
a
people.
keyboard.
I know a lot of people who smash keyboards against the ground when they're angry.
Those people are incredibly strong and are willing to pull out their fucking USB from their computer, and I don't know how the fuck they do that because I have a long cord, so I don't, I won't be able to do that.
The reason why I don't like playing on PC is because there's two separate options you can move with, and that's either the cross on the bottom or WASD. Like, can you just choose
there
one?
is not. There's only WASD. If you use
No,
the arrow
you
keys,
can
you are a
use the
psychopath.
up and down arrows too.
No. If you use the
I
arrows,
like
you are a
how we
psychopath.
agreed to have this is for a different episode, but it looks like it's already begun.
We will.
Well, I'm sorry that
another
sorry that
another
a
time.
PC
Stop,
player.
Stop. Halt. Cancel it. Heck, we're going on to another episode, and we're
Just
gonna
like
do that.
your counsel.
We're gonna do this in another episode. We're not gonna do this now. So,
Okay.
any final closing thoughts on zombie games?
Play 7 Days to Die new update. It's worth it.
You haven't
If you
even played
want
it
to know,
yourself,
if you want to get a
so how can you
if
say
you-
that?
okay, if you want, because I'm waiting for the update. It's not updating. I don't know why it's not updating.
Maybe you should install it.
I installed it and I constantly look at my Xbox to see if there's updates and it's saying that the game doesn't need to be updated.
Anyway, so 7 days, play it. Tim, anything?
Tim.
Awesome. And as for me, Tim, you there?
I'm here. I'm just.
You're not gonna say anything. You don't want to praise Resident Evil.
Right.
I'm giving you
Honestly,
the
like-
opportunity to.
Revelations.
You shut the fuck up right now. You don't bring that dirty garbage into the house of Resident Evil. Do you understand me?
They brought it
Do you
first.
hear
well,
me?
I'm bringing it into your house because it's been created, it's been there, and you got to get over it.
It holds the name Resident Evil.
Right. Revelations.
Don't bring that filthy garbage.
Okay,
into the holy
Tim.
house of Resident Evil. No,
Tim,
I'm
no,
gonna
final
come to
statement.
his house with
Okay.
the Resident
We're gonna talk about this right now. We're gonna talk about this right now. Okay?
No,
Revelations
we
is
are
garbage.
not.
Revelations is garbage. And we're gonna talk about this. You brought it on. We're talking about Resident Evil 1.
Okay.
Amazing Masters. Resident Evil 2. Golden Age.
I'm
Resident
gonna
Evil
mute
3,
you guys.
Perfect. Resident Evil Revelations.
And I'm gonna end the
Garbage.
episode.
I hate it. It's garbage. It's the worst. Okay? There's the no.
Okay, so I muted them for a little bit until they finish this. But I want to thank you all for listening, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope that you guys are gonna subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and also check us out on Anchor and Spotify if you haven't listened to us there already. And this was Gamer Chat. I'm Josh. That's Tim. And that's Jade laughing. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.